fire. There will always be a certain danger of fire when running a diesel engine. A combination of leaking fuel oil and hot engine parts may start a fire that can be very damaging to the engine and in some cases dangerous to the engine crew. Leakages in the high-pressure part of the fuel system may create situations where the probability of a fire increases. It is of utmost importance to undertake inspections of these parts and carry out preventative measures against this on a regular basis. Thermal hazards. Fuel oil pipes may be very hot and should not be touched, even though they are insulated. Be aware that fuel oil pipes leading from the heavy fuel oil feeder booster module to the engine may be steam traced. When performing maintenance on the fuel oil system, remember that heavy fuel oil is very hot. Fuel oils are flammable and should be treated with care. They may also irritate skin, so rinse off fuel oil as soon as possible. Take note not to wear clothing that is soaked with oil. All Ulstein-Bergen main and auxiliary engines can be operated on heavy fuel oil under certain conditions, which include heavy fuel oil and lubricating oil quality, and the equipment which is needed. A safety and indicator valve is fitted outside the cylinder head. By means of this valve, the maximum pressure in each cylinder should be measured once a month. The measuring must be carried out with 100% load on the engine. Log the maximum combustion pressures and exhaust temperatures. Find causes and rectify if combustion pressure in one cylinder differs more than 3 bar from the average maximum at full load. Abnormal change in the exhaust temperature of one cylinder is indicated. Click the components for further information. The feeder booster module feeds heavy fuel oil to the engines. The module consists of equipment ensuring that the fuel oil is correctly filtered and that it will have the correct temperature and viscosity when entering the engine. The feeder booster module consists of the following main components: 2 suction strainers, 2 feeder pumps of which one is a standby pump, mixing pipe, de-aeration vessel, 2 booster pumps, of which one is a standby pump, 2 fuel heaters, automatic filter with separate manual bypass filter, viscosity control system, duplex fine filter, the oil temperature and oil pressure on the fuel oil outlet should be recorded every day. changeover valve is equipped with a switch for heavy fuel or diesel oil operation. A light indicates if the engine is running on marine diesel oil or heavy fuel oil. Oil in the disconnected fuel oil system can circulate through the valve and is thereby kept heated to correct temperature. The cock enables switching between the filter elements, enabling replacement while the engine is in operation. In addition to logging the fuel oil pressure after the filter elements have to be checked at least once a month. How often they have to be replaced depends on the fuel oil quality. Make sure that the filter that is going to be dismantled is not in operation by checking the cock position. Open the vent plug. Empty the filter housing of diesel oil by unscrewing the plug. This is not necessary for checking the element. Unscrew the nuts and remove the cover. Remove the filter element from the housing and check the element. Wash out all oil sediments in the filter housing. Blow the housing clean with compressed air. Place the text in the correct sequence. Wrong. You have no more tries. We will show you the answer. Put the new filter element into the filter housing. Fit the cover with the nuts. Vent the filter by turning the vent plug 1 revolution until pure oil flows out of the drain pipe connected to the nipple. Further venting is done by loosening the plug until the oil is free of air bubbles. Assure that pipe couplings and plugs are tightened and that there are no leakages from the filter housing. The fuel oil injection pumps inject the correct amount of fuel into the combustion chamber via short high-pressure pipes and the injection valves. The pumps are driven by the camshaft via the push rods and regulated by the regulator via the link arms. All engines running on heavy fuel oil are equipped with a cleaning system for the fuel injection pumps. It is of great importance to check the control levers and fuel pump racks weekly for sticking. Tightening torques for nuts on high-pressure fuel pipes must be inside the tolerance given. Too high tightening may lead reduced flow of fuel to the cylinders due to narrowing of the pipes. All engines running on heavy fuel oil are equipped with a cleaning system for the fuel injection pumps in order to prevent the control rod and sleeve from getting dirty and sticky. The fuel injection pump cleaning system should always be operating when running on heavy fuel oil. After cleaning or overhaul of the fuel injection pumps, start the cleaning system before the pumps. Check the level in the diesel oil tank. The fuel oil injection valves should provide the injection of fuel oil to the combustion chambers. When operating on heavy fuel oil, the nozzles have to be cooled. This is done by the nozzle temperature control system. A nozzle should not be disassembled for inspection or changed unless the single cylinder exhaust's temperature deviates considerably from the average. Please click the graphic showing the correct behaviour of the fuel injection nozzle during injection. High exhaust temperature in one cylinder may be caused by leaking valves, incorrect injection timing, or a leaking nozzle. The problem is easily identified by switching two valves and observing if the problem follows the nozzle. The cooling medium in the nozzle temperature control system is oil. A nozzle should not be circulated also when the engine is running on diesel oil. The coolant temperature must be kept within the prescribed limits. Too low temperature may cause corrosion on the nozzles. Clean the filter once a week by turning the handle on the filter housing. The heat exchanger uses high temperature jacket water for cooling. It is fitted with corrosion plugs which must be checked and be replaced in case of leakage. The nozzle coolant has to be circulated also when the engine is running on diesel oil. The coolant temperature must be kept within the prescribed limits. Too low temperature may cause corrosion on the nozzles. Click the components for further information.